to another episode of Kate and Isaiah Living Large. I'm Isaiah.
And I'm Kate.
And in this episode, we're going to talk about non-scale victories, those ones that you feel in your bones but might not see on the scale. But before we begin, it has been a week so far. Where are we at?
This will be the 25th
of
June. I will be in London, Ontario when you hear this, because it is vacation time for me.
Go to Ontario and go to London? I don't understand it.
It's a lovely city, and my aunt and uncle have a lovely property, and I have cousins there, and it's going to be a great time. And my sister and I took the exact same trip 10 years ago.
Oh.
And so her boys then were 1 and 3.5, and now they're 11 and 13.5.
Crazy.
Yeah. And a cool thing that I just found out through the magic of Facebook is that our nephews already go to school together.
Oh, I know. They went to Quebec.
I went to Quebec, just got back last night.
My nephew spent up a storm.
How much did he spend?
I don't know. My sister was sending me the post of where he was buying stuff at, and I was like, it was insane.
My nephew spent $400.
Oh, he easily spent that, if not more.
Yeah, and when Kelsey went through what he bought, it wasn't excessive.
It was food. My
The
nephew
food was
spent
expensive.
a ton of money on food.
And because Kelsey went through and was and it really was the largest cost. Like the bigger ticket items he bought himself and his dad a hat.
Oh.
And those are like $40 or so each. And then I don't know why we're itemizing our nephews spending habits in Quebec City, but really to talk about the atrocious cost of food on these things. Cause did you go on your grade 8 Quebec trip?
I didn't have a grade 8 Quebec trip.
Oh, where did you go to school?
I went to River Valley.
Oh, there was a grade 8 Quebec trip.
The French group has a Quebec trip, but it was in English.
Really, all the kids that I went to middle school, we'll call it junior high then, were able to go on a Quebec trip. I just didn't go because I didn't want to ask my parents for money. And my mom said, I told my mom that the day, she's like, why? I would have sent you on that. When
I was in grade 8, it was the French immersion people got to go on the trip, but the English people didn't.
Womp womp.
We did the run to Crystal Beach instead. all the kids that got left behind went to Crystal Beach. We all left school and went and we ditched.
That's fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, I thought it was cool because we've talked on the podcast before about how both of our nephews were going to Harborview next year, and maybe they'll meet and maybe they'll be friends.
They go to school already.
They already go to school together, and I don't think they're friends.
Oh, well, we'll force it.
That always works well.
Perfect.
We'll force a play date for a couple of mere 14-year-olds.
Frenemies.
I don't know if they did. I'm going to find out later today what the real deal is about Wyatt.
He's probably a jerk.
Oh man.
But do you have anything coming up? We're on the 25th. What, we got anything in July? You got anything coming up in July?
Yeah, I mentioned
Canada Day.
Then Canada Day, the St. Mary's Band, we're going to be performing in Apahawk. What a thrill. Actually, I think that's a pretty big Canada Day celebration, so I'm pretty excited about it. And then on July the 4th, there's the return of a comedy night at the Fusion Tap Room, which I'm part of. Then on July the 5th, I'm going to Edmonton to perform comedy.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be good times.
Busy little week you got going on there.
Yeah, and I'm just back the 20. Well, we're the 25th. I'm back the Saturday, and I'm going to a wedding on Saturday of two of my favorite humans that I've met in the last couple of years. Chris Hubby and Nicole Bordage.
Ooh.
You know them?
No.
Oh, I was like, do you know them? They're so great, and they're a great couple. You know how what the definition of a great couple to me is, and you and Andrea have this too, is you are both genuinely kind to each other.
Lies.
No, but you are you get along and you care about each other, and it's a balance, and it's you both are kind to each other. You're just kind, and it's the same with Chris and Nicole. They're kind in the way they and respectful, and it's not. Some couples you look at and there's a definite imbalance here, but that is not the case in either in the most successful couples I've seen.
Well,
as a singleton. And I'm so excited for them, and I'm excited to have been invited to their wedding. And
heck yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be good times.
The 29th. Oh, that week is not this week, but that Sunday, the 29th, is the start of my summer programming.
Oh, fun.
At the Y. That's very exciting.
Cool. And you're going to be away.
Well, I'll be away for the first couple. I mean, honestly, our summer program really doesn't start until like the Wednesday anyway. Okay. It's like there's some stuff that starts on the 29th, but because of the holidays on a Tuesday, most stuff doesn't really start till fall.
Wednesday. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow, we've really rambled
here. But okay, let's talk about the topic. Let's talk about victories that aren't on the scale.
Yeah. So, okay, I am guilty of this as much. I mean, we've been doing this podcast for over 2 years and talking about how the actual pounds don't matter and all of this stuff. But just the same as I've weighed myself and seen the scale go down every week, although I haven't weighed myself in a couple of weeks, admittedly, for circumstances in that I've been busy and didn't go to the gym. Anyway, I still got really excited when I lost 40 pounds.
Yeah.
And I was like, genuinely like, and I've told so many people, I'm down 41 pounds. And I know, intrinsically, I know that is not the most important thing. But it's hard because it's kind of like we talked about in the last episode. It's a real defined data point.
Right.
But there's so many other awesome things that happen that, you know, when you hit those, because by this, as happy as I am about that, when I hit those plateaus, it's the saving myself from not going into a depression and giving up.
Mm-hmm.
That becomes, it's fine to be happy about losing weight. Like,
yeah,
if that's what you're trying to do and you're happy about it, great. But it gets less fine when you're like, oh, I keep doing everything right, and I haven't lost a pound in 2 weeks.
Yeah, you're like 2 or 3 weeks on the same weight. Yeah,
and there's all kinds of reasons for that, and that's why it's important to find these other wins.
Right, and I think like when I think back to some of my non-scale wins, I mean, me doing the 5K in under an hour was a pretty big one.
Incredible, Isaiah. I'm so proud of you for having done that.
And then like a lot of my big wins are in the gym itself.
Yeah.
And I know you do group fitness things, and I do solo stuff, but I like, for instance, my bench press is almost at the point where it was my best ever.
Amazing.
When I was a kid. So
incredible.
Those are my ones that I typically look at.
Yeah, and those are great. I look at a kind of and I got in the habit of doing this at the Port City gym because of the coaching there, but is like one of mine, and this is a really silly one, is when I spill food and it lands on my chest instead of my belly. And it's like, because that means that my belly's not protruding out so far that it bypasses my chest. And I remember saying that to Mom one time. She was like, okay, good for you, but like, could you just not spill food? But still, it's a non-scale victory because it's a change in the definition of my shape. And the other one for me is obviously clothing.
Yes, like
fitting into pants that I didn't fit in for a while. I've been wearing tops that I hadn't been able to wear for a while, and that's always a good feeling. And the ones that I had been able to wear are just much looser. Like this one was getting just a flannel shirt, but like getting really tight, and I was like, oh my god, that's not good. Because anyway, and even like the pants I'm wearing today, I could always wear them even when I got to my absolute fattest. But man, they sure looked like I was walking through a flood.
Do you have goal pants?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. They're very special pants to me. I may have even talked about them on the podcast before. But when I went to New York City in 2019, all by myself and did all kinds of stuff, I ended up going to Macy, and I found that Levi's had plus sizes.
Yes.
And I remember when I was in junior high, the big deal jeans to wear were Levi's red tabs. And I had a pair of Levi's red tabs then. And I was so excited about them. But then like I got fat and couldn't buy them anymore. And now I think you can buy them in Canada through like Additional or Pennington's or something. But but at that time, it was not a thing that was available in Canada. And I got so excited to see these Levi's red tabs in a size 24 or something. I didn't even try them on. And so I just bought them. I was like, these are going to fit me because this is my size and this is it, blah, 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 blah. But I got them back to where I was staying and they definitely did not fit me then. And so I remember pulling them up and they only got like halfway up. And I was like, oh no, there's no way I'm returning them. They're coming home with me. And I spent like probably close to $100 on them.
Yeah.
This is, Levi red type jeans in America. And anyway, and I have fit into them. There have been times where I've gone down in weight and have comfortably fit into them. And I don't, if I'm being 100%, they're actually more stylish now than they were when I bought them. They're boot cut. And at the time, skinny jeans were all the rage.
Yeah.
And that's getting less so now. So they're probably, and they're too long for me. Like I probably should get them hemmed. But when they fit me, it is the most glorious feeling in the world because of that whole mental one, the nostalgia of wearing these Levi's red top jeans and then them not fitting me when I bought them and then having them fit me. So they are like my goal jeans. Like, and they're an accessible goal too.
Yeah. I have shirts. I have a few shirts that I want to wear. And those are my goal shirts.
Yeah. And tell me about one of them.
One of them, so they're from, I have two of them, two main ones. They're from Shein, by the way. Fast fashion. They are from Shein. They're actually 3XL from Shein. Mm-hmm. They do not fit me. No. One is like the Japanese sun, with like a Japanese, like an old Japanese like building in the sunset with like writing on it.
What color is it?
White with like the red.
Okay.
Japanese sun. And then the other one is a black shirt that has like the Play logo and like the fast forward.
Okay. Are they t-shirts or are they button up?
They're t-shirts.
Okay.
They're my goal shirts. When I'm able to fit into those, which I don't know if I'll ever be able to, because the more I work out, like the bigger my shoulders and chest are becoming.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'll ever actually be able to fit them, but if I can fit someday, if I can fit into them, I'll be super happy. I'll rip them.
Yeah, it'd be like Hulk. You like my shirt?
But that's my goal, is some of those shirts, and I got like one or two other shirts, but those are the main shirts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have a fashion show when we each fit into our.
Sure.
I'll wear my Levi's jeans and you'll wear your cool t-shirts from Shein, and we'll be like, "Look at what we fit in now." Podcast.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. And then there's some other things too, like even like feeling proud for consistently like bringing a lunch to work and things like that are just, nice signs of what's to come. And yeah.
What about, I know I do a goal of trying to go to the gym at least 3 times a week. My real goal is 4, but if I go to 3 times a week, I consider that a success. What about you?
I also consider 3 a success, although because of injury complemented by like an excessively busy schedule in the last little while, I've been like 1 time in 2 weeks, which does not feel good.
Yeah. I
feel, and like through no fault of my own, like it wasn't like I was like, I could go, but I'm not. Like it wasn't a laziness thing or a giving up thing. It was like, oh my God, there's not enough hours in a day thing.
True. Yeah.
And I found that kind of tough because all of a sudden there's something that happened to me. There'd be whether I may have put on a pound or 2 or something like that. I don't know. I haven't checked, but there's something that happens psychologically. It's like, well, gained everything back. Might as well have given up.
Yeah. We've talked about that a few times.
And I know logically that is not true.
Yeah.
But the psychology of this all is so strange, especially when you're like, we talk about this stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And I catch myself in the thought patterns, but they still very much happen.
Yeah, still there.
I almost went to Dairy Queen for ice cream because I was like, well, I'm giving up anyway. I was like, I actually had to turn the car around to be like, no, you dumb lady.
So have you, I guess, to go on to that, have you been struggling with your Weight Watchers points the last 2 weeks?
No,
okay.
Not really. Like I've eaten stuff that like, but it's all present and accounted for.
Okay. Do you have any any other weight scale goals? Like what do you typically consider success?
See, this is the thing with me is I usually get to about the 50-pound mark or the 60-pound mark, somewhere in there, and then something intervenes and sends me back the other direction.
Okay.
Whether it's like an injury or this or that or a pandemic or whatever. And I don't actually know and what that 50 or 60 pounds looks like because, I've gained more weight every time.
Yeah.
Looks a little different every time. But ultimately, I don't really know that. Like, I just want to keep doing better. And goal setting on a weight front, I find tough because, like, long term, yeah, I probably wanted to lose 200 pounds from where I was.
Right.
But that's just seems so insurmountable that I can't think about that. Because I just feel like, well, fuck it. I'm not sorry. I'm not gonna do it.
You're allowed to swear. It's past 5 minutes.
I'm just not gonna do it. Like, I'm never gonna make it. Whatever. And so I'm like, don't think of it that way. But I don't know. Like, yeah, I just want to keep being able to, like our motto. Like, I just want to keep being able to be happy and move more and
eat, live, move.
Eat, live, move, and do those things more efficiently. Like I'd love to be able to with my knee and stuff. It's hard to say whether it's going to be a possibility, but I've talked about this. I'd love to be able to climb Sugarloaf Mountain when I'm in Campbellton in September.
Yeah.
I'd love for that to be a possibility. Other things to get in the way, like social gatherings or weather or whatever. There's things that could mitigate that, but I'd love to be in a position where that would be a possibility for me.
No, I get that.
And like I've talked about wanting to do Split Rock Trail before, and my sister did it on the weekend yesterday, and she was like, Kate, with your knee, especially right now, that would be really tough for you. Like that, you have to keep working at it.
Split Rock Trail is a rough trail.
Yeah, and with some beautiful views and stuff, and I've always heard good things, but like I have to be cognizant of where I'm at.
Yep.
While still forward looking without trying to, I don't know, it's a real touchy balance there. What about you?
I mean, I think long-term goal is definitely scale based. I know we talk all about not worrying with scale, but obviously it's the number. The number means something, right?
Yeah.
It's like, but I think for me, it's just about being consistent in the gym right now. I think that's my main goal, and I've been doing it pretty well. This week was a little rougher because it was like super busy up until Saturday.
Right.
But I've been a lot more consistent at going. I'm typically going 3 days a week. I'm typically going like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
And Friday is a little bit of a wishy-washy.
Yeah.
But I think my main goal is, again, just to be consistent at the gym. That's the biggest thing I need, especially now the summer is hitting and stuff, and I work, so it makes it a little bit easier, but
yeah, no, I get that. That's 100%. I agree.
Yeah. But I think that's we are done. Do you have any other thing you want to talk about this topic?
No, I think this was a fun episode, like to think about those things and think about the progress we've made. Like we've both made good progress in the last few months, and I'm really proud of both of us.
Yes, me too. If you have any non-scale goals that you're working on, let us know in the comments. Love to hear from you.
Yeah.
But where can people find us on the internet?
We're at Kate and Isaiah Living Large on the Facebook.
And I am at Maritime Brews and at Tweak the Profit on all, if not most of the social medias. Of course, we still have our Buy Me a Coffee going, so if you want to donate to that, and if you are listening on Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast at, like, share, subscribe over there. And of course, if you are on YouTube, come on over, hit that subscribe button, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff over here.
And thank you to all our regular listeners too. Yes. We really appreciate it, and I love hearing from you, and I love like running into you in person and just knowing what's going on in my life, and all you are close friends, and it's really great. It's just really nice.
Yes. And we will see you next week. Bye.